Pollen just checking with his two linesmen, and away we go with Pollen Ndlanya kicking off for Kaizer Chiefs. Lifa Kosha early on into the fray. Kosi, who plays the ball to Mapike. Freshly shorn head for Nti Mapike, the oldest player in the Chiefs team this afternoon. Survivor from that great era in the mid-80s. A little bit of an errant clearance there by Seba Rodrigues. He's not related to Manny Rodrigues, but long-standing Cape Town Spurs player, helped them up from the second division in 1992. There he is again, this time hampering the progress of Pollen Ndlanya. Lodlo will be the man to take it. You can see the crowd still slowly making their way into the stadium. It's the gates outside still packed with people. Another chance here for Lodlo, this time on the left foot. Early tester perhaps for Andre Arendse. Cleared again by Lokosi, and another throw in to Kaizer Chiefs. Second game, of course, in charge today. Toby will take the free kick. Chiefs have moved 4 players into the penalty area, a couple lurking on the outside as well. This is a curling one. Arendse coming out, collect safely. Spurs have yet to get into the Chiefs' half. Lekwane now. Ndlanya. Mabese on the far side. Pollen Ndlanya once more. Got a goal against Swallows last weekend to take his tally in recent matches for Kaizer Chiefs up to 7. Lodlo into the middle, cleared away. This is Lifa Kosha. Ronnie Klanga was beaten in the tackle by Toby. Looks wide, that's a good ball to Frank Makua. And he can't get past Laher. Muki, very much the star last weekend in the match against Swallows. Has a good chance! Oh! David Mudisa so close, but in the end he shanked it over the top of the goal.
Well, Thabo Moki's work in that move was really very, very good. Initially to start on his feet and retain possession in the Spurs area, and then to set up the chance here. The ball initially played wide by Toby, and cross eventually coming in here by Frank Makua. Well, that's back in, that's earlier on in the move. But Modesti ballooning it over the bar, and really probably easier to score than to miss from there.
Mike Maflanga playing it up in the air. You can see how the wind is a factor to contend with here today. Very much in Kaizer Chiefs' favour here in the first half. Was that a handball by Mike Maflanga? He acknowledges as much. Mark Lennon was right in the spot. He really didn't have much option but to admit his guilt. Chiefs certainly are using the conditions to good effect early on. There's Thabo Muki, the creator. Not a lot of confidence he would have got from last week's game. Turning, David Rossley getting the cross in as well. Ndlanya! Oh! Well, they were ball watching Cape Town Spurs, and Pollen Ndlanya had the easiest of tasks to stick it away.
Well, that came on 15 minutes in the first half. And again, brilliant work by Thabo Moki on the left-hand side. A superb cross, hit deep, but as you say, Mark, shocking defending. Look at the confidence of this man. As he beats Rossley, goes first one way, then the other, checks it, puts it on the right foot in the lovely cross. And Ndlanya, pinpoint header to the right of Arendse. And Chiefs, I think, very much deservedly are ahead here in Cape Town.
Thabo Muki wasn't going to deliver it on the left foot. He waited for his favoured right, and you can see there Pollen Ndlanya in between the Cape Town Spurs defence. And he gets yet another goal. Now, chance for an equaliser very early. Well, there's no support. Hempe in there together with Reggie Mentor, who was a little surprised, I think, to find himself in a goal-scoring opportunity. And that could have been a rather swift answer from Cape Town Spurs. Caught us all napping. So almost an instant reply from the home team, but Theo Hempe, Frank Makua, a good little burst of speed there from Makua. He fancy a shot. In the end, a wall of Spurs players denying him the opportunity. Piquet. Nice chip from Neil Toby too. Offside flag is up against Tabang Lebese. I think David Modisa and Lekwane were also guilty.
Yeah, Mark, I think three of them were in the line just in front of the last defender. Flagged up for that. We should mention to you as well, the Cape Town Spurs today have two players suspended in Meyring and Borman. Both collected red cards in the match against Warriors, so they are not at full strength. I think the early signs are that they're missing those players, Mark.
Indeed, 3 red cards for Spurs already this year. If you add Manny Rodriguez sending off in their very first match against Hellenic at the start of the year. Aaron and Borman were sent off in the game against Warriors. So a total of 4 players who got a red card that day. So Manny Rodriguez. That's Hempe. And there were 3 players waiting for the cross. Now Ndlanya. He has to get into the game if Spurs are to be effective in this particular match. Here's Manny Rodriguez. Left foot. That should be... Well, it looked like it was going for a corner. In the end, enough spin on it for Brian Beloy to collect.
Rodriguez just pushing the ball, I thought, a bit too far in front of him and allowing Toby just to block the shot. If he just touched it and then shot, he might have been more successful. But good defending by Toby. Positioned himself very, very well. And Beloy, the last line of defence for Chiefs, able to save them on that occasion.
So 20 minutes gone and very much Kaizer Chiefs in the ascendancy. That goal from Pollen Ndlanya on the quarter-hour mark making the difference at the moment. But it could have been a extra goal or two. Here's Ndlanya. Onto the left foot. Good chance, yeah, good save from Arasatu from Thabo Muki, but he did ever so well to get himself in a position behind Craig Rossley and get that header in. It's really all Chiefs here at Athlone. Regimento waiting for support. In the end, it didn't arrive in the form of Theo Hempe. So that goal from Pollen Ndlanya making the difference so far. Can Cape Town Spurs come back into this game? Good shot. Difficult bounce too for Brian Beloy from Theo Hempe. This is Toby. Another long one from Tlodlo and some good defending there from Sever Rodriguez. Pollen Ndlanya just lurking behind him, and had he missed that cross, it would have been a good opportunity for Ndlanya to double his strengths to great effect with both Frank Makua out on the far side, on the right-hand side going forward, and Tabang Lebese, who's got the ball now, doing very well on the left-hand side. Taking his place for the moment is Thabo Muke. He'll have to check back, gets the left foot cross in again! Oh, there was a golden opportunity for Pollen Ndlanya to add a second goal. He'll be kicking himself for not burying that one.
Ndlanya this season, generally when he scored one, he's gone on to score a couple more in the game. Got 4 against Aces, and he's the leading scorer in the league so far. Very nearly had another one. He's got another one today, so he's already on 5. Could have been 6. Here we see it again. Lovely work here by Borky again. as the ball is played in, and the header well wide, but really another good chance for Chiefs.
And once again, credit to Ndlanya for finding space in that penalty area in between the two defenders, but the direction on the header, I think he probably saw goal written all over that one. Took his eyes off the ball for a second or two. Lequani battling away there with Manny Rodriguez. I think he's going to win the battle. Ndlanya. Spurs are packing the numbers in defence and not enough in the midfield to be able to utilise possession like this. Better now for Chiefs. Craig Rossley was the That's a rare time that Thabo Moki hasn't found his man. Frank McCoy got it anyway. Here's Modise playing a 1-2 with Ndlanya. Handball perhaps. The referee says hits David Modise on the hand, so a free kick to Cape Town Spurs.
Mark, they're playing such good football with so much confidence. That certainly does indicate their log position. The top of the log at the moment with 12 points, maximum points. They've already scored 11 goals in the 4 matches they've played so far, 7 of those against Aces, of course. They're playing with tremendous confidence, all the players in the team.
Look forward, of course, to their meeting with Orlando Pirates, who are second in the log at the moment. That should be a cracker this season. Both teams really staking an early claim for this championship. Rifa Kosher, the former Mthatha Bucks player. Seba Rodriguez will be the man to take it. He has a long arm, much in the Sam Kambule, Gavin Lane style. Spurs have got 3 players in the penalty area. Flick on from Laer, cleared away by Muki. Well, I think that about sums up the afternoon so far for Cape Town Spurs. 33 minutes gone, and just the one chance really for the home side. Kaizer Chiefs, in contrast, have really been dominant. Rossley. Good skill from Lebese. Now, can he bang it in the middle, waiting for Ndlanya to make his way forward. Lequani, Modise on the edge of the box. Header away was from Seba Rodriguez. This is Manny Rodriguez now. Outside, no. It's like a tidal wave. It just keeps coming forward all the time. Muke. Well collected there in the end from Andre Arendse. And with some 8 minutes now to half-time. Chance for us to bring in Michael.
Thanks, Mark. Andre Arendse then. Man who's had a lot of clearances out of defence. Toby went up for it, didn't get it in the air. Hempy. Now Dlodlo. Modise. Well, that's Equali working well. This is Thabang Lebesi getting the ball on the left. And he plays tricks with Rossley in defence. Gets past him now. And still goes back. He's enjoying himself, is Thabang Lebesi on this occasion. Slips it there to Thabo Moki. And Chiefs have the free kick for a push by Rodriguez on this man, Thabo Moki, who's been so impressive. Mark Linden indicates it's an indirect free kick by raising the hand. And you see there Thabo Moki, and Rodriguez just stood in the way. The Spurs captain didn't allow him past. So this could be dangerous from a Spurs point of view. You see the free kick counts 7-1 in favour of Chiefs. A packed stadium is an excellent soccer exhibition. That's the man in the firing line. Andre Arendse, the curling shot comes from Lebesi, but well held. man had a super free kick. There are a couple of Spurs men, a lot of activity in the box. Cross hit to the far post. Baloy got his hands to it, picked it on, and the header eventually just wide. And that's really the first time that Spurs have looked like threatening the goal. And it's John Perry got his head to it, but just glanced it past the post. The 34-year-old ex-Zimbabwean international, also played for Rovers. This is Modise. He's got Lifa Kosha up front, but he decides by Spurs. Better build-up. And Tovi's had to come across from a long way, but he's lost out to Kanamaya, who plays it in here to the far post for Rodrigues. Kanamaya, a little chip into the box. And what does the referee say? Penalty! Cape Town Spurs have a penalty. There was activity in that box. It was Tovi, the man, I think, who conceded it. And Mark Linden, here we'll see it again. It's Theo Hempe with a layoff to Kanamaya. Tries to get the ball back. And in fact, it's Lifa Kosha. And what has the referee decided? Well, he pointed to the penalty spot. There's a Chiefs man down in the meantime. And he's gone across to the far side of the field where Lodlo has gone down. See the Chiefs bench, Wellington Manyati and Walter De Silva. There is the picture. Manik now coaching Chiefs in Jeff Butler's absence. But a chance for Spurs to get level at the right time, just before half-time. Rod Lodlo's in a bit of trouble. And there he is. The Zimbabwean has played for Bulawayo Highlanders in his time, 27 years old. And he's been carried off the field. Now, has the referee... What is he going to do, Mark Linden? It's David Kanamaya to take the penalty. And it's Kanamaya against Baloy to try and put Spurs level. Sides drew 3-3 when they played in the Coca-Cola League match in April. Kanamaya against Baloy. Goal! 37 minutes and it's level, it's 1-1. And the penalty by the 19-year-old youngest player in the team. And it's the youngest player who's given the responsibility, and he beats Baloy on his left-hand side. Kanamaya goes up for it, so does Modise. Number 23 is Mahlangu, but the referee says that's it. Half-time looms. And the situation in the match is that Spurs and Chiefs are level at 1 goal apiece. A 15-minute effort from Pollen Ndlanya, cancelled out by David Kanamaya's effort with a penalty just a minute before.
Morki working his magic down the far side with Tabang Lebesi. The two of them link very well. And it's Morki with a little ball in, but it's hit just too close to the keeper. So hit just too close to the keeper, that cross. But that's the young man, Thabo Morki, who's doing some brilliant things here this afternoon for the Amakosi. But level the score at the moment between the Amakosi and the Super Eagles. Battling in the centre of the park is Regimentur. Mike Mahlangu. Chiefs cut it out. It looked like a handball there from Lebesi, but the referee says play on. Modise. Now Rossley for Spurs. Morki goes with him, but he manages to get a cross in here. This could be dangerous, except that Rodrigues had to hold it up with a cracking shot coming in from the captain. And it comes off a defender and goes behind for a corner. So, Manny Rodrigues, a stunning shot. Here you see it's very good work by Craig Rossley. And the layoff here by Regimentur into the path of Rodrigues. And he takes a deflection. So a corner to Spurs there first. Brian Baloy marshalling his defence. He's got the little man, Frank Makua, at the near post. The ball is played in, but Baloyi will take it comfortably in the air without any difficulty whatsoever. And Chiefs will launch an attack now with Pollen Ndlanya. Now Lekwane. Ndlanya holds it up very well. Lays it back to Frank Makua. For this match, there was a cricket game here on Friday night that was rained out. In this area, Lekwane with a cross in Ndlanya, and Modisa got his head to it, but just wide. Oh, yet again, it's a heading opportunity just wide, Mark.
Well, David Modisa claiming that there was a foot up there as he made the challenge. Let's have a look at it on the slow-mo. Once again, good work from the Basotho international. Ndlanya pushing his player off, and a little bit out of picture there. You couldn't really see the challenge on David Modisa. He claimed that the defender Lokose had the foot high, and it was difficult for him to get that stooping header in.
So the chance goes a-begging, but Lekwane again. On the left-hand side, Makua's gone into the middle. Kanamea, Rodrigues. Beautifully done now by Spurs. It's Kanamea. It's a lovely ball, but just offside is Theo Hempe. So another attack comes to nothing for Cape Town Spurs. But since that goal, just detect that the pattern of the match has changed just a little. The team's level at 1 goal apiece. It's a nice ball from Odisi, played with the outside of the foot for Morki. Ndlanya well positioned, and it's an own goal.
Number 13, Seba Rodrigues. Ndlanya looks like the man who's claiming it. We can have a look at it on the slow-mo, but I fancy Seba Rodrigues got the foot in there. It looped over Andre Arendse, and you can see the disgust on his face. It's an unfortunate setback for Cape Town Spurs. Here's the cross again. Ndlanya goes in there, and it looks like it came off the outside right-hand foot of Seba Rodrigues and went into the back of the net. So while Pollen Ndlanya might be claiming that, you can see it on the picture. He says I scored the goal, but the television shows differently.
I think that's got to go. They're not really concerned with who scored the goal. They're just happy that they're back in front. As Thabo Moki attacks for Chiefs. Lovely ball now to Lekwane. 3-1!
Excellent strike from Lekwane. He picked it superbly. But Spurs' defence split open again, and well, he got one against Spurs last week. He's got a second here this afternoon. This is a superb strike from Lekwane.
Mark, once again, the build-up work from Thabo Moki, quite exceptional.
This time, though, the Spurs defence already beaten. Now look at him, just adjusts his sights. Seba Rodrigues has a look at him, but sticks it just inside Andre Arendse's goal.
Seba Rodrigues seemed to stand off just a little. Didn't make the challenge. Well, I suppose in fairness, he was almost the first-time shot there from Lekwane. So Chiefs lead here by 3-1. And of course, a few months ago, they had a similar lead over Spurs, and Spurs came back. Might be 4-1 to the byline, and Ndlanya just couldn't get clean contact, and it was a glancing header. So Chiefs suddenly, as you see there, Lekwane with a goal in the 57th minute. The Chiefs lead by 3-1. Needed 2 defenders to bring him down. It was Craig Rossley who concedes a free kick. Mark, you just sense that could be some more goals in this match.
Well, Kaizer Chiefs really look like the team who are going to add to their tally. Cape Town Spurs trying to do something on the counter-attack.
Well, the Chiefs players in the box in great numbers, and it falls to Lekwane. Lekwane goes for his second, but the shot is blocked, and Rossley is the man who makes the clearance out of defence, and the Chiefs' attack comes to naught. There he is, Siama Piqué. This is John Perry. Modlo back to Toby. Decides a long ball up to Ndlanya is the best option, but Ndlanya beaten in the air quite comfortably there by Rodrigues. And Lifa Kosha with a good challenge.
And he's had a pretty efficient game, Lifa Kosha, in today.
Moki. Levesi. No. Now he gives it in. Moki's made the run, gets it back. Ndlanya and Lekwane. Go up quickly, falls to Lekwane. Ndlanya, oh, that's good skill. He did so well to work it onto his right foot, but then the shot a little disappointing. Certainly looks a very dangerous striker, Mark.
And it also does illustrate a problem in South African football, in that we don't find too many players who can use both feet or are comfortable with both feet. And Ndlanya there might well have been better served with a shot on the left foot. He did well in the end to get it onto the right, as you say, but top quality football around the world, they would have been snapped up first time.
Indeed so. 25 minutes gone, there's confirmation of the score as Frank Makua launches another attack. Modise did well to stay on his feet, but nobody wide for him, and it's Epangala Lokose, and of course played for Zaire in the African Nations Cup earlier this year. He's puts the ball out of play. There he is. He's gone wide for him this time on the left. It's a good ball. Options here for Chiefs. They've got a number of men in the box. Very good skill. Modise again, 4-1.
Well, it's one-way traffic now. David Modise had 2 bites of the cherry there before getting the one that mattered. See how much he enjoys scoring against his old club. 2 goals against Kaizer Chiefs earlier the year in the Coca-Cola Challenge, but on that occasion he could basically walk it into the back of the net. I suppose fair reward in the end for some good enterprise. Now the ball being played back. Modise gets the initial attempt, cleared away, and then he could basically just walk it in, picks his spot and taps it in, and Spurs are now in serious trouble.
Excellent work there from Thabang Levesi, who did all the hard work. Modise, as you say, 2 chances. Rifling it in, and Frank Makua in a moment will be coming off, and Chepo Molotedi will be on. Or Chiefs can really give their young players a run. They're totally in control of this match. And here's Makua, no doubt has seen the 4th official holding up the board with his number on it, but Ndlanya was just offside. The flag is up from the assistant. This won't count. Well, Andre Arendse is furious at the referee, and he comes across to vent his anger. About what, I'm not quite sure, but there you see the assistant flagging for the offside against Ndlanya.
Well, in fairness, that flag was up a long time before the ball was played through, so well, there's a lot of fury on the pitch with the decision. The linesman made his decision a long time before there was any chance of a goal there for Kaizer Chiefs.
So Frank Makua comes off, and Chepo Molotedi, 24-year-old, is on the field. There he is. Played for the juniors. Made his way into the senior side. Hasn't had too many appearances. A rare opportunity to impress. Midfield have clean slates as far as that's concerned. Well, Toby let that run. I think Baloyi possibly called for it. Tabu Moki. Molotedi. Now, can he, or I thought he's waiting to lay that off to Ndlanya, but instead he decided to hold it up. Lekwane, Ndlanya again offside. He dribbles the keeper. Well, if he puts this in the net, he could well get a booking for time wasting, but he doesn't. Just dribbles it neatly for Arendse. Sebe Rodrigues to Kanamea. That's a man who's just come on. And Andre Kutsia, midfielder from the Milano club here in Cape Town. Modise. Lekwane. I thought he might have shot that first time. He does shoot now, and it's just wide.
Well, they've got so much confidence now, these Kaizer Chiefs players, almost toying with Spurs at the moment. I thought he'd be clever there, Lequane, and just try and chip Andre Aronson. He wasn't far away from it either.
Well, terrific skill from the Chiefs player. So it's a free kick then to the Chiefs just outside the area. It's played short here to Lebesi. Tries to drive it in at the near post. The ball's in the side netting. Crowd on the far side think it's a goal. But the score remains at 4-1 in favour of the Amakosi. This is a good run from Kanamea. Looks very skillful. Lahe. Tovi took it down on the chest. The chances now for Spurs. Oh, the keeper Beloy was going down to his left. Stopped it with the feet. Zodlo. Molatedi. The Mollies at their side have been unable to upset Chiefs. Kippy gets it back again, drives it low, but slowly, and it'll bounce a couple of times. Beloy got on well. Kippy, 20 years old, from under 19 Colt. 7 minutes remaining, and Chiefs lead Spurs by 4-1. Piqué, look at that. Toby. Piqué. Modise comes deep to collect. Posha. Modise. So Chiefs totally in control here, leading by 4-1. Modise. Moki. Tabu Moki. Lebesi, could be another own goal. Aronson just got back in time, took it down on the chest.
Well, I think had that gone in, it would have been affirmation of a very bad day for Cape Town Spurs.
Well, the decision was to move this game, originally scheduled for Greenpoint, here to the Athlone Stadium. And it'll be Chiefs' first win in 5 meetings between the sides. Last year in the leagues, drew 0-0 and Spurs won 2-1 here. It was 3-3, of course, in the draw in the Coke Challenge and 2-0 in the Bob Save semi-final last year to Spurs at Rand Stadium.
Well, it's less than a year now that Cape Town Spurs were doing much the same to Kaizer Chiefs at the Rand Stadium in that Cup semi-final. So a little bit of their own medicine.
And there's you say, Mark. The referee blows the final whistle and blows Spurs out of their misery. It really has been a disappointing day for the home side, as the Amakosi have come here to Cape Town and have won emphatically by 4-1. Fireworks go off in the stadium. There's the man who's captain Chiefs to their success today. An own goal by Seba Rodrigues just seemed to show the way the match had gone. Chiefs goals coming from Modise, Ndlanya and Lequane, and a penalty from David Kanamea for Spurs.
Well, I think this is a very emphatic message that the Amakosi have sent out to the rest of the campaigners in this Premier Soccer League. It's a very difficult place to come and win a match, and well, Kaizer Chiefs have really delivered the business. A little bit of a poignant picture there with Neil Tovey going off with the Zairean captain Impala Lakosi. I wonder if we're going to see that in a month or two, the two players walking off, and with Neil Tovey with a smile and Lakosi with a scowl.
Well, let's hope it's like that again when the two meet each other again on the football fields in World Cup qualifiers and the like. Kaizer Chiefs then winning the match by 4-1, 17 shots to 11, and the free kicks, look at that, 18 against 3. That just shows